Hello. So I would like to welcome everybody and thank you all for joining us with our week 2 of the Small Biz Sound Bites with the Small Business Administration. It's been a great program. It's a great resource for our small businesses, our business community to learn a lot more about starting your business, funding resources, information about the questions that you might have when running your business. So today we have from the Small Business Administration joining us is Tuesday Perkins, and she's going to share more information about lender information and again, what you need to know when you start your business. So Tuesday, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you so much, Michelle. And I'd just like to welcome everyone to this bite-sized piece of access to capital. So we're going to be talking about access to capital for small businesses today. At first, what we'll be doing is talking more in general terms, and then we'll be talking a little bit more SBA specific and how SBA does their lending. So just bear with me. So, as you know, typically when you are going to open a business, you generally have some of your own funds. Maybe you have borrowed some funds, but you still might need some to open that business. But if you need to ask a lender for any type of access to capital or money of any sort, you're going to want to make sure that you have specific information prior to going to that lender. One of the most important things that you're going to need is a business plan. The lenders really want to see this. They want to know how you plan to take the money that they're going to give to you and what you're going to use it for. And your business plan should outline those types of things. We do have partners that will work with you in regards to setting up that business plan if you choose to use it. And there's also other free business plan guides out there. I would just caution you on which ones you're going to use because banks or lenders are very specific in what they want. Before you do go to a lending institution, know how much money you're going to want. Don't just go in there all willy-nilly saying, well, however much you're going to give me. No, lenders want to know how much you need and what you're going to use it for. They can't help you with obtaining a loan if you don't have a specific amount. So just knowing how much money you're looking for when you go in there, what your maximum threshold is, and maybe what your minimum threshold is, and what it's going to be used for again. Know your credit history. The lenders for the most part are going to be using your credit scores to determine how much of a credit risk you are and what type of interest rate you're going to be eligible for. Some of the SBA loans help guarantee the backing and the risk for those lenders, making it possible for some borrowers who weren't eligible for a conventional loan to obtain a loan. So that's really what SBA is for. Financial projections. When we're talking about financial projections, we're really talking about making sure you understand how much money is either coming into your business already or what the cash flow projections are. If you're a startup, you're going to want to give the bank a projection of how much you are anticipating making in that first 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, so that you can show them that you have the ability to pay them back. And when we're talking about collateral, most lenders are looking for you to put up some type of collateral to guarantee that loan. And it could be if, for instance, you're purchasing a piece of equipment or a piece of real estate, that would be your collateral. However, in some instances, lenders are looking for collateral that you currently own to support the loan that you're obtaining. So it could be your primary residence, a car, some inventory that you already have on the books if you are a current business. But just going in there and giving them that information so that they know what to look for. Industry experience. This is kind of one of those things that the pendulum swings on a little bit. And most often, lenders want to see that you have some type of industry experience when you're opening or starting or purchasing a business. However, it's not a requirement. As long as you have key employees or someone who has been there and knows how that business is run or that specific industry is run, they're going to feel more confident about lending you that loan. So we asked a couple lenders, hey, what do you ask your borrowers for? And one of them, Christine from Triangle Credit Union, she said, be prepared to discuss your own experience as it directly relates to the new business. Meaning, how long have you been in this line of work or related work? This allows your lender to feel more comfortable that you know what you're getting into and how it should be managed. So right there, industry specific, if you've been in the industry or whatnot. Diane from REDC said, do your homework and be as prepared as possible. Remember, failure to plan is a planning to fail. So making sure that you will be able to answer almost any question that the lender is going to ask you regarding your specific business. And Jerry is quite animated. He's with Cambridge Trust. We love Jerry. And his suggestion was for any business owner, the best way to prepare for a meeting with a banker or capital funding source is to watch at least one episode of Shark Tank. I know you're probably laughing and think that's actually funny. However, Shark Tank, the people that are in Shark Tank ask the same questions. Mark, Mr. Wonderful, Lori, or Damien, they ask the same type of questions that your lender is going to be asking because they're your investors. That lender is investing in your company, and it's no different. The three key questions are, how did you get started? How do you make a profit? And what is your market? Those are the three key questions that Jerry said that he likes to ask his potential borrowers. So a little bit about why a lender, and a lender could include a conventional bank, it could be a credit union, it could be an alternative lender, it could be an EDC. So when we're talking about lenders, we're including a very large population in this. So what is a lender looking for when they get an SBA guaranteed loan? Because one of the things that you need to understand is SBA does not offer direct loans to borrowers other than during disaster declarations. Sorry, I forgot the word. But a lot of lenders, whether that's a bank, credit union, alternative lender, they're using SBA loans to get them over the finish line because there was that possibility that they're not able to give them a conventional loan. So it takes that loan from a no and brings it to a yes. A lot of the reasons really are the length of the loan, or there's a possibility that the borrower needs longer than that conventional lender is going to offer. And SBA allows that. A lack of collateral to secure the loan. So in some cases, if you're opening a business, let's say it's a service-owned business, and what is the collateral there? Well, like a psychologist or a therapist or counselor, it's their knowledge. So right there, you can't take their knowledge away from if the loan goes bad. So a lot of banks want specific collateral. However, SBA looks at things a little bit different, and they're able to say, okay, what could they offer up for collateral? Could they use their permanent residence? Could they use a car? Or is it goodwill? So just keeping that in mind. If a borrower is going in and the industry is outside of their normal lending portfolio, for instance, let's say you have a lending institution that normally invests in restaurants, but they have someone coming in the transportation industry, and they really don't have a really good idea or expectation of what the transportation industry is like. They could actually take an SBA loan and give it a guarantee in order to offer this loan to that borrower. Prior credit issues, probably one of the top reasons other than lack of collateral. If the borrower, you would be the borrower in this particular situation, has, some blips on your credit in your credit history, and it prevented you from obtaining a conventional loan, the lender can actually say, okay, well, we're going to put an SBA backed guarantee on it, and we're going to make it so that it is possible for you to reach that goal and that dream of yours. Length of time in business. A lot of lenders are very cautious about startups. They don't want to lend to startups. There are some, I'm not saying not all of them don't, but they're very cautious. With an SBA guarantee, the bank feels more comfortable and confident in that loan because they're guaranteed to get at least a certain portion of it back should the loan go bad. There are some other possibilities that the loan can't overcome except for having a federal loan guarantee, but we don't need to get into those right now. How we recommend you get in touch with an SBA lender? Well, there's a couple different ways. Recently, they updated our SBA Lender Match, which is an online tool to help small businesses connect with a variety of different SBA lending partners. What I do want to caution you on, and this slide deck will make sure that Michelle, you get it so that it can go out to all the people that were signed up for this. I just want to make sure I caution you in regards to our lender match. It doesn't discriminate against the bank or the borrower. And when I say caution you, what I mean is, as a small business, it's really important that you are shopping relationship as opposed to interest rate. And meaning if you enter your information into our lender match, it's going to bring you a number of lenders that have set their profile up in order to be able to match with the most number of borrowers out there. I just want you to understand that you are going to want to make sure that you're working with someone local, someone that you can get in contact with, someone that you can possibly walk into the bank or branch and say, hey, I want to talk to this person. Because while there are a number of online lenders, what we did see during COVID was there were a number of people, and not that I ever hope that happens again, but a lot of branches closed and people had to get in touch with their lender via a telephone. However, when you have a lending institution that is not anywhere near you, people were having a really hard time getting in touch with them. So that's just kind of my, caution disclosure. So you can use this link. It is it's very adaptable. You put in all the information, tell them what you're looking for, how much you're looking for, where your business is, and all that information. And you'll get a number of lenders that are sent back to you. Those are both conventional banks, conventional credit unions, alternative lenders, but use your best judgment and work with someone that you feel comfortable and confident with and that you can get in touch with. We also have a list of New Hampshire-based lenders or ones that have branches in New Hampshire that we'd be more than happy to send out to you. We can send that out along with a copy of this slide deck, or you can email us at newhampshire_lending@sba.gov, and I can send you a copy of that list. So how our lender match works. You as the borrower are going to put in the system what you're looking for, your needs, your demand, your wants. The lenders are supposed to get back to you within a 2-day time frame. So they go into the system, they see that a lead has come in, they make a determination as to, okay, is this a lead that I want to follow up on, I want to work with, or what? So they have 2 days from the time that they've received it to respond back. Then you're going to get a list of lenders and you get to determine who you want to meet with. Just because you get a list of lenders does not mean you have to work with any one of them specifically. You can talk with and meet with any number of them and kind of get a feel for who you're going to be working with and working because this is basically a marriage. You're with them for the long haul unless there is something else that takes place. And then you're going to apply for that business loan as long as you feel like it works well for you with that lender. These are just, I'm going to just briefly touch on these. These are steps to create a lender match profile. And I believe that they might have changed a little bit with the updates that they put in for lender match. So basically, if you do have a lender match already, and you're going to want to go into existing request. However, if this is a new request, you're going to go in and make a new request. You will have a PIN that is generated for you, and it does come up on the following screen, but you're going to enter in all the information here to make sure that you speak with a lender that would fit your needs. Again, want to caution you to make sure that you're working with a lender that feels good for you, and not just one that is sent to you, because we have a number of lenders across the country that you could be matched with. Again, just another step to create the lender match profile. You're going to hit the match button to submit your profile to our lending partners. Again, this will be in the slide deck that we send out to Michelle that she can send out to everyone. So how SBA does help small businesses get loans. And as I said before, we don't offer direct loans other than during a disaster period. And that's when we offer disaster loans. So you're going to walk into you're either going to walk into a lending partner, which could be your current community banker, or you could use our lender match and connect with someone, or contact myself or Miguel about who you can contact in your area, because we do have it broken out by area as well. And then you're going to apply for the loan. You're going to get a decision, and then the money is going to go over to you as the small business as long as it is approved. What can you use the loan proceeds for? SBA is very specific in what it allows the borrowers to use the money for. You can get a loan as low as $500 or a loan up to $5.5 million to fund your business, and anywhere there in between. A lot of things that we see the money used for is working capital, whether that's seasonal financing. We have export loans. If you're interested in selling overseas, we do have loans for that. We have revolving lines of credit, which are very limited in the scope, but we do allow our revolving lines of credit. We do refinance business debt as well, which is important, because if for some reason you have a current loan and you're not working with your lender very well, you're having a hard time getting in touch with them or whatever, you can actually refinance it as long as you show that it was for business. Other things that we allow the loans proceeds to be used for are fixed assets, whether that's furniture, real estate, machinery, equipment, construction, and or remodeling of the business. Those things can be used or the loan proceeds can be used for those types of things as well, which we see a lot more of than we do with working capital. Because typically when we're seeing these loans, we're seeing people trying to buy real estate or machinery, or maybe even expand their business, leasehold improvements, those types of things. So as I said, SBA guaranteed loans. We have different types of SBA guaranteed loans, and those, again, you're going to be working with a partner, and the SBA just guarantees the money. So it is a federal government loan. However, it is given through your lending partner. So it is very important that if you have any financial issues after you receive an SBA loan, that you do work with your lending partner to try to figure out and all that, because they don't necessarily go away should there be any issues. So we have 3 different types of loan products. Our more popular loan product is the 7A loans, and that actually has a number of subcategories underneath it. And the total loan amount is up to $5 million. They do have a cap on our interest rates, and they do have limited fees. Right now, if you were to get a 7A loan, the fees associated with those loans for $1 million and under is 0. Now, in most cases, we have fees that are associated with it, because what it is it's saying, okay, we're on top of the interest rate. It's saying we're lending you this money, you're at a little bit of higher risk, and you have to pay, X number of dollars every year. However, right now, for like I said, for loans under $1 million, those fees are zero, and they are significantly reduced for over $1 million. The other types of loans we do have are 504 loans. Those are long-term fixed rate financing to purchase or repair real estate, equipment, machinery, or other assets. 504 loans, you're going to be working with what's called a certified development corporation. And we have 4 of them that are located in New Hampshire that we work with regularly. And those types of loans, what happens is the CDC gives a 40% backing, and then a bank or credit union offers up 50% of that funding, and you're required to put in 10%. So it's a 40-50-10 split, so that it makes it so that you're able to get that loan. However, it is serviced through the CDC and not just your conventional bank. The other type of product that we have, which is pretty popular, is our microloan program. And it is our smallest loan program to date. You can get a loan of up to $50,000 or less, and that's where our $500 loan or up to $50,000 come in. And it's really to help businesses start or expand. These type of loans are for borrowers who are not able to receive a conventional loan or a typical SBA loan. So I would say that they're your unbankable loans currently. The good thing about the microloan program is that what happens is if the borrower is not able to receive a loan currently, and a bank refers it over to one of our microloan intermediaries, that microloan intermediary can work with that borrower to, one, get them money, but they also have to work with them on technical assistance, increasing their credit score. They have to check in with them often. And it is a free type of service, other than the fact that you have to pay your interest rate on your microloans. And then at the end of the microloan, the purpose is to make it so that that borrower is now bankable. They're able to get either an SBA backed loan or a regular conventional loan. We do have a number of resource partners in our network. These right here are approved and funded by SBA. So when I say resource partners, that's what I am talking about, is specifically those partners that we give money to. Doesn't mean that that we don't have other partners, but these are the resource partners that we have that we are specifically working with and offer them money. Another one of our partners is Mount Washington Valley Chamber, which you are all here because of them. And we call them a stakeholder partner, but I just want to make sure that I do mention them and say thank you for having us and offering this time to us. The partners that you see here on this screen are 4 of our partners that offer free or low-cost business advising training sessions, and it is all private. It's not put out anywhere. They take any information that you provide them and they work with you, and they don't tell anyone else. These are very, very great tools to be using. They can help you with a business plan. They can help you with financial tools, any of those types of things. And we work very, very closely with them. And I'm sure that your chamber is able to help you with either connect with them, or the chamber is able to help you do some of those other things that our resource partners do as well. So I'd like to open it up for any questions that you might have now. I know that was a lot that we just went over, but please feel free to ask any questions at this time, whether it has to do with questions about just our conventional loan or even an SBA backed loan. So if you want to go ahead and if you do have any questions, you can pop them in the chat or unmute yourself or send them to Michelle and she can get them to me if you don't feel comfortable doing either of those things at this point.
Tuesday, I want to say thank you for providing this presentation and this information, because all of it is just so valuable. If somebody does have a question and maybe just wants to connect with you privately, how do they get in touch with you?
Absolutely. Well, they can reach out to me at my email address, and I'll put that right here in the chat. But it is tuesday.perkins@sba.gov, which is it's S is in small, B is in business, A is in administration. So please feel free, or you can reach out to Miguel, who is the local contact in your area. So, and he would be able to either answer your questions or point you in my direction.
Any questions from anyone?
And like I said, Michelle, we'll make sure that you get this this PowerPoint, but it'll be in a PDF format. And we'll also make sure that you get a copy of our lenders.
Sure.
But I can't impress upon you enough, for those of you who are on right now, make sure, again, shop relationship, not interest rate. It isn't like shopping for your mortgage. It is different. You want to be able to, you should be talking with your banker frequently and often when you're interacting with them when it comes to your small business, whether that is, you know, talking to them about expanding or paying off your loan early or changing your interest rate or whatever it is. But you should have a really good relationship with your business banker.
Great. I thank you again. This, this is just, again, valuable information for small businesses, somebody who's looking to start their business. There so much information that's in this that somebody may not even be thinking of, or they just are not informed of where they could get the resources, and knowing that it's confidential, knowing that they could reach out and have this conversation and meeting with you to learn more.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much all for your time. I greatly appreciate it. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week.
Great. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.